Abruptly, straight to camera if you're looking at the Sony ZV-1F because every influencer says it's the perfect vlog camera. Stop. You're in the right place. I'm about to save you from a costly mistake. This camera is being sold as the ultimate creator tool, but here's what surprised me. It has some massive, deal-breaking flaws that no one is talking about. Therefore, today we're not doing a hype review. We're doing a brutally honest one. I'll show you the exact problem so you can decide if it's right for you. For the best price, click the link in the description. Okay, let's be real. The specs sound incredible on paper, right? A wide 20mm lens, a big 1-inch sensor, and Sony's legendary autofocus. It's basically a vlogger's wish list. But that's exactly what Sony wants you to think. Therefore, I bought it, used it for a month, and I'm going to break down why it might be the most frustrating piece of tech you'll ever love to hate. First major promise, the ultra-wide 20mm lens. They say it gets everything in the frame, even at arm's length. And for the most part, that's true. It's wonderfully wide. But here's the twist, that wide angle comes with a hidden cost, a cost to your image quality. Stay with me. We need to talk about the sensor and lens combo. It has a large 1-inch sensor, which is great. Paired with a bright f2 lens, it should be a low-light monster. However, there's a critical detail buried in the fine print. This camera has a fixed lens. It's not interchangeable. That's fine, many vlog cams are like that. But therefore, the lens and sensor are a locked system. And in this case, the 20mm lens is actually a cropped version of a larger sensor area. This leads to softer edges, especially when you're wide open at f2. It's like buying a sports car but only being allowed to drive it in first gear. The potential is there, but you can't fully access it. Want to know what this looks like in real life? Let me show you. Visual of side-by-side footage, ZV-1F versus another camera. See the difference. In the center, it's sharp. But look at my arm on the edge of the frame when I'm holding it out for a selfie. It gets a bit fuzzy, a bit dreamy, and not in a good, cinematic way. It's a flaw. For a camera built specifically for selfie-style vlogging, that's a problem. It's like having a microphone that only works perfectly if you stand exactly 2 inches to the left. Annoying. But surely the famous Sony autofocus saves the day, right? Well, that's our next major problem. The promise is rock-solid IAF and tracking. And most of the time, it is scarily good. It locks onto your eye like a hawk. But here's the contrarian snapback, it can be too good. Let me explain. If you're doing a simple sit-down talking head video, the autofocus is a godsend. But the moment you introduce anything else into the frame, a product, a pet, a second person, the camera starts having an identity crisis. It's like a very loyal but overly eager puppy. It sees a new face and goes, "Ooh, new eye, must focus." And it jumps between subjects. In a dynamic vlog setting, this leads to moments where the focus is hunting, pulling from your face to a coffee cup in the background. Not professional. Therefore, for controlled settings, it's brilliant. For real, messy, creative vlogging, it can be a hassle. You'll spend more time in the editing room cutting out focus-breathing shots than you'd like. Speaking of cutting, let's talk about the microphone, because this one is a real head-scratcher. Sony touts the clear voice with a directional 3-capsule mic and a wind screen. And out of the box, the audio is fine. It's clean and clear for indoor use. But remember, this is a vlog camera. You're going outside. Therefore, I took it for a walk. And that's when the wind screen accessory showed its true colors, or rather, its true lack of effectiveness. Even a gentle breeze completely overwhelms it. The audio becomes a distorted, rumbly mess. It's so bad, you'd think I was vlogging from inside a jet engine. The included windscreen is about as useful as a screen door on a submarine. That means you are almost forced to buy an external microphone immediately, adding to your total cost. Joke number 1. Sony includes a windscreen that works so well, it makes you appreciate the sound of absolute silence. So we've got lens softness, finicky autofocus, and subpar outdoor audio. Feeling buyer's remorse yet? Hold on, because the plot thickens. Let's talk about the side-articulating touchscreen LCD. It flips out to the side, perfect for composing your selfie shots. That's a legit great feature. But therefore, you'd assume the touchscreen is fully functional, right? Wrong. This is a huge problem. The touchscreen is basically just for selecting your focus point. You can't navigate menus with it. You can't swipe through settings. In 2023, that's borderline archaic. It's like having a smartphone where you can only use the touchscreen to make phone calls. Everything else requires a button, which brings us to the button layout. It's a confusing mess of tiny, unlabeled buttons and a finicky rocker switch. Changing basic settings often feels like you're trying to crack a safe. ISO, buried in a menu, white balance. Good luck finding it quickly. This camera is marketed as easy to use for creators, but the learning curve is steeper than they admit. It prioritizes automated, one-push, buttons for blurry background or product showcase mode over giving you quick manual control. It's a camera that thinks it's smarter than you. Joke number 2. Using the ZV-1F's menu system is so confusing. I'm convinced it was designed by someone who communicates exclusively in cryptic riddles. Now, after all this negativity, you're probably thinking I hate this camera. And that's the final contrarian snapback. I don't hate it. In fact, for a very specific person, it's almost perfect. Therefore, let's pivot. Let's talk about who this camera is actually for. Because it's not for everyone, but if you fit this profile, it could be a home run. First, this camera is for the pure beginner. Someone who wants better quality than a smartphone but is terrified of manual settings. The automated features, while sometimes limiting, are a great safety net. Second, it's for the indoor creator. If you film 90% of your content in a controlled room with good lighting, the lens softness at the edges won't matter as much, and the audio is perfectly serviceable. Third, it's for the solo creator. If it's just you talking to the camera, the autofocus is flawless. It's your dedicated, unwavering co-star. For that use case, it delivers stunning 4K video with that lovely background blur bokeh right out of the box. No fuss. That's a powerful promise kept. Joke number 3. For the solo indoor vlogger, this camera is so focused on you, it's almost clingy. You'll break up with it if you try to film anyone else. So what's the resolution? The resolution is 4K, pause for comedic effect. No, but seriously, the resolution to our review is this. The Sony ZV-1F is a specialist, not a generalist. It is not the do-it-all vlogging powerhouse the marketing suggests. Therefore, you must weigh the problems against your specific needs. The lens issue, the audio limitations, the frustrating touchscreen, these are real compromises. But if your vlogging style is simple, self-focused, and indoors, these compromises might not affect you at all. In fact, you'll get a compact, lightweight camera that delivers a professional-looking image with zero effort. Let's end on a positive note, because there is a lot to love. The image stabilization is rock solid for handheld shots. The colors straight out of the camera are beautiful and skin tones are flattering. Sony's color science is top tier. The compact size means you will actually take it everywhere. And that flip-out screen, a game changer for framing yourself. It's a camera that removes barriers to entry for high-quality video. Joke number 4. This camera is like that friend who's amazing one-on-one but becomes a total mess at a party. Know which friend you are and choose your camera accordingly. Therefore, the final verdict is not a simple don't buy it. It's a qualified buy it if. Buy it if you are a beginner vlogger filming mostly indoors. Buy it if you want a simple upgrade from your phone that does the thinking for you. But do not buy it if you need robust outdoor audio, if you film with multiple subjects, or if you demand tack-sharp corner-to-corner image quality. For its target user, the Sony ZV-1F is a brilliant, if flawed, tool. It solves more problems than it creates as long as you stay in its lane. So, did we find the perfect vlog camera? No. But did we find a very good one for a specific person? Absolutely. If that's you, you'll be thrilled. For the best price on Amazon and to check the latest ratings, click the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.